So welcome to your weekly oracle card reading for the week of July 16th through to the 23rd of July. And, sometimes people get what they need from the angels, but they don't always get what they want, is what they're guiding me to say. So, for example, you might ask the angels, when am I going to get that job? Or when is this deal going to work out for me? And your angels say, oh, you need to apply for a different job. Or they say to you, you need to eat more healthy. Or they say, this and this person isn't good for you. And you don't really like that. But you're getting the message that you need because that's what's coming through. And you always know what you need because that's what's coming up. And it's hard. We don't always want to hear that. And then we get resentful. And then we go away from what our angels have to say. So what am I saying is the angels bring forward messages for you at the time that you need to hear them. And it may not be what you want. So try to practice some acceptance and ask yourself, if what I'm hearing is true, why? Because that will raise up your consciousness to the same level and frequency as the angels. Okay? So that's sort of the introduction. I'm guided today to work with the beautiful Ascended Master Oracle cards. But I'm told to talk to you first about what Ascended Master means. Like, what does that word mean? Because actually a lot of people don't know. They know like about angels. They know like angel statues that I have over there. They're like, oh yeah, I see angel statues. And then they learn about angels. And then they're like, oh wow, wow, angels are these celestial beings I can talk to. They're around me. I have at least 2 guardian angels. They can help me with things. And it's so cool because you feel like you have like a new friend, right? And the angels want to help us with every issue in our lives. And similarly, with these like Ascended Masters, like there's so many different Ascended Masters on these cards, and it's like kind of too much, like it's overwhelming. But if you think of Jesus as an Ascended Master, an Ascended Master means a divine being who did have an earthly life and who walked here as a healer or somebody that was a very benevolent being. And they have a soul contract with Creator, with God, that they're still going to help us from the other side, which means that we don't now start to worship them. We worship God, we pray to God, but we can also pray and ask for help from these celestial beings of light, just like we would to, let's say, Archangel Raphael, who's the angel of healing, and we're going to call upon him specifically because we want to invoke that help, that health, that recovery. Right? Like if my back hurts, I'm going to call Raphael and say, Raphael, thank you that you're wrapping my back in emerald green light, and thank you that you're healing me, right? So in the same way, you can call upon Jesus and say, Jesus, thank you that you're helping me to heal this situation. Thank you that you're helping, my career. Thank you that you're helping me to soften my heart around my family. So you can call upon Ascended Masters in that way. So when I say I'm going to do a reading with Ascended Master Oracle cards, it doesn't mean I'm cutting myself off from angels or anything. It's just I'm trying to give you messages that are going to be more fulfilling. And actually the angels guided me to work with these cards. The reason I'm also hearing is it's the message. The message that wants to come through for you is going to come out of this deck. So I'm going to trust that and just start to shuffle. And don't worry, I will walk you through this, and I will walk you through everything and tell you about who these beings are and how you can work with them. So I want to start with the beginning of the week, Monday, Apollo. And the card says, focus on your strengths. So don't worry, this deck comes with a guidebook. So if you don't know who Apollo is, then you just go under Focus Upon Your Strengths, which is the name of the card. And Doreen has written a little bit about this Ascended Master and the meanings of the card, right? So Apollo is a Greek sun god, and he's the son of Zeus. Okay, and his twin brother, and he is the twin brother of the goddess Artemis. So goddesses or something else, we might delve into that next week. But Apollo is a powerful deity who can bring out the sunshine in your life, literally and figuratively, right? Because he's a sun god. Renowned for his physical strength, Apollo can act as a personal trainer to motivate your exercise program. Ooh, that's beneficial. He can also help you to gain emotional and intellectual strength. But I like the message on this card, which is focus on your strengths, because oftentimes we can get really down on ourselves and like focus on ourselves and like start to criticize ourselves, which is not very helpful. And while it's good to own your behaviors and your patterns and say like, I have a pattern, you know, that I want everything to be perfect, and I own that because I feel inadequate sometimes, and I feel like if everything is perfect, then people will like me, or I'll be lovable or worthy of good. So it's healthy to own that and know that. But if that's all that I focus on like the entire day, is kind of like too much, and then it kind of starts to bring your energy down and like lowers your consciousness, and then you're also kind of detaching from your spirit because you're like kind of being mean to yourself. So what you need to do instead is say, okay, I have this area, I'm going to work on it, great. But what I'm really good at is helping people and seeing the best in people and being compassionate. And, you know, I'm going to just work on this one area and, you know, turn it into a strength and say, okay, so if I have an issue with wanting everything to be perfect, then I know the way to turn that around is just love myself for the way I am and just to be more vulnerable. Instead of trying to look perfect or do everything good, I'm going to just show up with how I really feel and let go of the outcome a little bit more and stop trying to like control the outcome. Stop trying to make it look good. So in that way, I'm turning my negative quality into a strength, right? Which is putting my energy out there like in a positive way. Okay? So that is a message for you at the beginning of the week, at the beginning of the week. Yeah, and it says like you should use positive affirmations, right? And speak faith to say like this is going to work out for me and that kind of thing. And it also is a suggestion for some of you to begin an exercise program to build and tone your muscles. I almost hesitated to say that, but it's true because when you work out, you clear your head, you clear your mind, and you clear your body, and you not only strengthen your physical body, but you strengthen your connection to your spirit because you're moving all the crap that you absorb out of the way, because we do absorb a lot of crap. Okay, we go to the grocery store, we feel other people's energy. We have a conflict with somebody, we feel that person's energy. When we, you know, go have a family meeting, we feel that person's energy. When we have any situation that we're interacting with people, so basically life, then you're going to absorb people's energy. So you need to work out to kind of clear that through. And it feels like that you're guided to do that this week, but also the use of affirmations like I can do all things through Christ. I am built for this. I am anointed. I am blessed. You know, thank you, God, that you're working this out on my behalf, is a way to kind of empower you. And it is a masculine energy, right? Apollo's a masculine ascended master, right? That energy is masculine, which is moving yourself up and out. And we all need to balance masculine, feminine, and masculine energies. Both men and women need to have a balanced energy, because when you're too much in your feminine, then you get depressed because you're too receptive and you're kind of like, you know, you can get really depressed that way. So it's good to be receptive. It's good to receive and to be gracious and to say thank you and practice the art of receiving, but it needs to be balanced with giving and moving your energy up and out. Okay, so that's your message for the beginning of the week. Now let's look at the middle of the week is artistic expression. This is so important for you. And the Ascended Master is Paul the Venetian. So for those of you that don't know about who he is, we're going to take a look. So Paul the Venetian was the Italian Renaissance artist Paolo Caleri. His last name was later changed to Verona. He moved to Venice, which is why he's now called the Venetian, during the city's golden era in the 1500s. So a little bit of a history lesson. where he painted religious murals and paintings. He was successfully able to defend himself against charges of blasphemy during the Inquisition for his artistic rendering of the Last Supper. Oh, wow. So he is the artist, okay, who rendered the Last Supper. That's super cool. So if you didn't know that, that's really good to know. You can call upon Paul the Venetian for help with freeing your artistic expression and creativity. You know what's interesting is that he defended himself. You know, people were like coming against him and calling it blasphemous for him to paint the Last Supper. But I mean, who would we really be as a culture without that painting? I mean, it's so symbolic and it's been interpreted in so many different ways and meaningful in so many different cultures and things. So there's a message here where, you know, he's also strong, where he's saying, yeah, you know, I was vulnerable. I painted this picture, but he stood by it, which I really love. But the message on the card says, take a class to learn a new artistic skill. One of your loved ones is artistic. Express your true feelings through art, and that your life purpose involves an artistic endeavor, such as writing or playing music. You have really, really important things to do, even if you're not particularly good at art. Like, I'm not good at art. I have my daughter's, you know, angel coloring pictures on the wall behind me because I appreciate art. My sister is an artist, and I have a lot of friends who are artists and are good painters and drawers. But, you know, if I feel stressed and I want to write in like an adult coloring book, I will. And doesn't mean I have to be good at everything. Like, I have one of these, like a mandala coloring book, and then, you know, you just kind of color inside of it. It's really, really healing, and I've done a few of those. Why do we feel like we have to be good at everything all the time? It's so annoying. See, I've colored inside a couple of these, and it was really like healing for me to do, just to like clear my mind and just like get in touch with like energy inside myself, because it is a meditative practice. Like this one I still have to do. I should do that today actually and do some art, because you know we cannot always exercise and work out. I'm gonna open this blind, sorry, get some light in here. We cannot, oh, is that better? We can't always just be like physical. We have to like balance that with our artistic side too. And like if sometimes like playing music, that's too bright. If sometimes like playing music or drawing and stuff like that is helpful for you, then sorry, it's hard to balance with this. So in the summer sometimes I don't know how much light, then it really can help you get in touch with your emotional feelings and can be a very good way and form to express that. So that's an important message coming up for you in the middle of the week. And then we have write. You know, writing is a very easy artistic form for me to do, as some of you know, because I write every single day. I write and I journal every single morning. And I've also written 2 spiritually based books that I'm aspiring to publish. And writing for me is something that is difficult in terms of doing it the way that like your English teacher wants you to do. In terms of writing every single day, it's important for me to do anyway, and I do it no matter what, just in a journal that nobody reads, because for me it's very clearing, and it's a way to work through my thoughts and feelings so that I don't get identified as much with my thoughts and that I don't ignore any feelings, because I have a, you know, as a sensitive light worker, I just have a tendency to always want to be nice and just sort of help everybody. But it's important for me to write about my feelings so I know like what they are, so that if there are any sort of boundaries that I need to articulate, I'm mindful of them first thing in the morning. And that's why I like to write them out. But also too, to work through petty feelings, anything that is actually not really worth working toward, you know? So yeah, so writing is very good. And let's talk about this Ascended Master, pronounced Thoth or Thoth, some people say it. But let's take a look at who he is, because he's from Egypt, by the way. Thoth, usually pronounced Tehotet, is the Egyptian god of writing, manifestation, astronomy, and esoteric arts. He's an aspect of Hermes, the teacher of the Hermetic principles of alchemy. What? and divine magic who had many incarnations. So she's saying he's an aspect of Hermes because Hermes is a different ascended master. So I don't know what she means by an aspect of Hermes, but that's what she wrote. He's considered the originator of the written languages and was the prolific author and scribe of the ascended gods. Okay. Call upon Thoth for help with any writing project or to gain a deeper understanding and proficiency with manifestation principles. So the messages on this card are: keep a daily journal of your feelings and experiences, write down your intentions, goals, and desires, channel messages from your guides and angels. Your life purpose involves writing, write an article or a book. So whichever message on that card that resonated for you, I feel like you should do. If you heard that reading and you felt like, oh, I should write a poem, then write a poem. If you felt like, you know what, I'm going to write a book, then write a book. So go with like your gut feeling on that. A couple of announcements. Friday's coming up on the 20th of July. I'm going to be doing an angel reading circle at Joy and Vitality Center, and tickets are on sale now at juliespiritualhealer.com. One ticket left for Midnight in Spirit with Edmonton. That's coming up on August 24th. And of course, I'll be at the Cardell Theater on September 22nd. Again, all tickets are available through juliespiritualhealer.com. And yeah, take some time this week to connect with one of these ascended masters if you need help with anything. And may God bless each and every one of you. Mwah. Bye for now.